Welcome to Philippine Canadian Empire's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianEmpire.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. I'm Rowan Echo, and here are stories making headlines today. Tobias Enverga, first Fil-Can senator, dies at 61. Senator Tobias Enverga Jr., the first Filipino-Canadian senator, has died today. He was 61. Senator Enverga passed away while in a parliamentary trip to Colombia on the morning of November 16 with his wife Rosemary by his side. The senator from Ontario was in Colombia for the annual Parl Americas Plenary Assembly. Enverga's fellow politicians released statements on the untimely death of the senator. Conservative Party leader Andrew Scheer said he is deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Enverga, whom he called a cherished colleague and a friend to so many across Canada. Quote, Senator Enverga's commitment to his community, his country, and to Canada's diversity and pluralism will be deeply missed by his many friends and colleagues in the Senate and in the Conservative family, unquote, as Scheer said in a statement. The Speaker of the Senate, George J. Furey, recalled the many contributions of the senator, not only to the government but also to the community. Quote, Senator Enverga will be most remembered as a fierce advocate for persons with disabilities and a tireless champion for multiculturalism. He was respected by all of his colleagues for his kindness, his warm sense of humor, and his unparalleled work ethic, unquote, Furey said in a statement. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said, quote, as a senator, he continued to actively promote the values of multiculturalism, diversity, and inclusiveness. He was well respected by colleagues in both houses of parliament, unquote. Enverga was survived by his wife and their three daughters, Rissel, Riza, and Rosal. Palace hit back critics of ASEAN Summit. Malacanang strikes back at critics who expressed their dissatisfaction in the results of the 31st Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit and related meetings. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said the disappointment that the opposition lawmakers are insisting is born out of their lack of effort to read the whole output of the summit. Quote, I can assure you that the threat of nuclear annihilation is not a matter of pageantry. The need for peace and stability on the South China Sea is not a matter of pageantry. And of course, the issue of terrorism, the fact that terrorism today knows no territorial boundaries, is no pageantry, unquote, he said. Quote, so I beg to disagree, and obviously the opposition leaders who said this did not take time out to read the official accounts of how the summit went through, nor ordered outputs of the summit, unquote, he added. Roque's statement came after Ifugao District Representative Teddy Bagilat said he doesn't recall any major and significant regional agreement drafted or approved by the bloc, adding it was all just handshakes and safe rhetoric. Akbayan Party List Representative Tom Villarin also said, quote, at the end of the day, we spent 15 billion pesos for us to look stupid, parading the emperor's new clothes, unquote. Drilon wants to reallocate drug operation budget to PNP housing. Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon has called to amend the budget allocated for next year's anti-illegal drugs operations, proposing to realign it to the housing needs of the Philippine National Police. Quote, I will propose to realign during the period of amendments the 1.4 billion pesos of Tokhang, Double Barrel, and Masa Masid be moved to the housing of the Philippine National Police since the PNP is no longer involved in illegal drugs, and this is principally these two items are on illegal drugs, unquote, Drilon said during the Senate plenary debate on the proposed 2018 budget of the PNP and the Department of Interior and Local Government on Thursday. Drilon noted that President Rodrigo Duterte has transferred the headship of the government's war against drugs from PNP to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency last October. Moreover, Drilon said this budget realignment will help the PNPs as their housing backlog is 10,300 housing units, but only about 450 units will be constructed for the PNP for 2018. That wraps up our news here on PZI Daily News Roundup. Thank you for joining us. For more news stories, visit our website at www.canadianempire.net.